From a basement recording studio in an undisclosed location, this is Sales Game. Please welcome today's contestants. Brand Awareness Manager at Sales Loft, Tom Boston. Account Executive at Deal, Melissa Gaglione. SMB Account Executive at Deal, Sydney Sr. And Director of Commercial Sales at Samsara, Taylor Corr. And your host of Sales Game, the founder of Popr.ai, yours truly, Jeff Hatten. So buckle up and let's get ready to play Sales Game. All right, welcome to Sales Game, Episode 8. I'm so excited. We've got some amazing contestants for you here today. And as always, we've got a celebrity judge. Let me introduce you to none other than Episode 3 of Sales Game, Mr. Chris Van Prague. Chris, so good to have you back here on Sales Game. Love it.
Hi, Jeff.
You got in?
Great to be back.
You got any advice for our contestants?
Yeah, I was delighted to be on the show. Delighted to be back. My advice to the guests is go big or go home. You might only get one opportunity to be on the show. I'm lucky to be back as a guest judge, but put in your all. It's a great experience. It's great fun, and just go big. Go big.
Go big. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, with that said, let's go ahead and hop into our first sales game. Tom, go ahead and put your hands on your buzzer and stop when you're ready. We're going to play Word Up. Word Up. Once the random word generator starts, contestants, you'll push the button in front of you to select a word. You'll then give your best piece of practical sales advice containing that word. It's time for Word Up.
Okay, I'm nervous for some reason. I don't know why I feel so nervous.
Should be, Tom. Serious stuff.
Yeah, you should be nervous, I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
All right, Tom. Give us your best piece of sales advice containing the word Sasquatch.
Jeff, can I just pause for a second at the risk of really embarrassing myself?
Yeah, of course.
Sasquatch. Like, I can Google it. I could pretend to Google it, and
It's Bigfoot, Tom.
Let's just be straight.
It's
What the hell?
We call him Bigfoot.
What?
It's Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. We've already got a language barrier. Okay, I can use Bigfoot. So sales is tough, right? And it's harder than ever, and the prospects are hard to find. Now, often when you're in the sales woods, and I'll stick with this analogy, you'd think you might have seen a prospect hiding, right? Maybe a Sasquatch, maybe a Bigfoot, depending on the region that you're in. Let me tell you this: it's not a mythical creature. It's just a prospect, and it's our job to humanize the process and make friends with the prospect. Don't scare them away because they're very timid. Be gentle. There's my advice.
All right, good job, Tom. Good job. Way to adapt to Sasquatch / Bigfoot. I didn't realize that was an American term primarily.
First time in my life.
And now it's going to be just like it tattooed on your brain. You're going to be like, of course I know what Sasquatch is. That's awesome. All right. Next up, we are going to go to Melissa. Melissa, hands on your buzzer and stop when you're ready.
Shrek?
Like the Shrek, like the animated character Shrek.
Yeah, no, I know Shrek well. I call my dad Shrek. So it kind of looks like him a little bit. In a nice way. Okay, Shrek. Shreks are okay.
Best piece of sales advice containing the word Shrek.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna bring it back to SDR days. Okay. Being an SDR means that you are cold calling so many people. And I know that, sometimes you end up on the phone with someone who's not that nice. They want you to get off of their phone line. They have no interest in talking to you. They're a Shrek. They're totally a Shrek. We understand, right? But just like in the movie Shrek, eventually the donkey and the princess were able to get Shrek to open up his land and open up. And that was with kindness, that was with humor, that was with all those things. So when you meet a Shrek on the phones, feel free to try to disarm that Shrek. You can call them out and make a joke about it. Hey, I know you're busy. I know you're in back-to-back Zoom meetings. I know that you're probably, in between calls right now. You're probably in your kitchen, whatever it may be. Like, call it out, make a little bit of a joke about it, and see if you can crack that Shrek.
I love it. All right, good job. Yeah, the ogre Shrek was grumpy, but totally had a character arc in the movie where he turned around, and that's what we'd love to see from our prospects as well. Where we can soften them up, and ultimately they're going to connect with us. Nice job, Melissa. Okay, next up, we're going to go to Sydney. Sydney, hands on your buzzer. Say stop when you're ready.
I see, yeah. Okay.
Best piece of sales advice containing the word loosey-goosey.
Yeah, so I would say that everyone kind of has their own style of selling. But prospects also have their own style of buying. So some of them are going to be really rigid. They're going to want to make sure everything's done according to plan. They're going to have they're going to come to the calls with a checklist, like I want things done like this. But it's also really important to understand that not all prospects are like that. Some of them are a little bit more loosey-goosey, They're like, yeah, I've got this problem to solve. Maybe they're a bit less serious about it. And in that case, you might have to kind of get in the driver's seat and direct the conversation. Because if they don't have that specific, here's the exact path I'm going to go down, they're just kind of going with the flow, you still got to get a deal done. So you just got to kind of take control of that situation. That would be my loosey-goosey sales advice.
All right. Good job, Sydney. Nailed it. All right. Fantastic. Well done. Okay. Last up for our round of word up, we're going to go to Taylor. Taylor, hands on your buzzer.
Save
Stop
your
when you're ready.
Jeff. All right. Stop.
All right, Taylor. Give us your best piece of sales advice containing the word Karen.
Jeff, I've coached dozens of reps throughout their sales career, and most of them are interested in how do I get my deals moving, right? They get the meeting. How do they get to the finish line and get that sweet, sweet commission check? Well, you've got a big buyer committee that you got to work with. You're going to have some really friendly buyers there. You're going to have folks who go with the flow, which, by the way, isn't always a good thing. Sometimes you're going to have to find the Karens. By the way, this day and age, Karen can be a guy or a girl, right? Not judging, right? Karens have their place in the sales cycle because the more that Karen gets on that call, they got the grumpy face, they're digging in on every little detail on your pricing and your product. The more they nitpick, the more you have an opportunity to strengthen your business case, find out what that company cares about, and help get that deal to the finish line. So I tell my reps, go find those Karens.
All right. The new champion, the champion of 24 is Karen. I love it. Way to spin that one around. I think that's wise advice. Yeah. If you can convince even the hardest of people to stay with you, you're in good shape. Fantastic. All right. Well, we made it through the first round, guys. Now we're going to have to turn to our celebrity judge, Chris. Chris, how do things look after round one?
Scores for round one.
Well, I mean, that was a tough round to judge. I thought everybody did incredibly, incredibly well. Tom didn't even know what the word meant, and still pulled out the bag. Sydney didn't even get one word. Sydney had 2 words, which I thought was, made it extra hard because it's not even. I think technically loosey goosey is 2 words. I think it's super tight. I'm not going to lie. First up, Taylor with 90. Fantastic. Go find those Karens. I loved it. 90 for Taylor. We've got 90 for Tom. He wants to be gentle with Sasquatch. You want to be gentle with Sasquatch. But tied with 100 points each, Sydney's Loosey Goosey, and Melissa, crack those Shreks. 100 for Melissa as well.
All right. Good job.
Great job.
We made it through round one. Everybody is still in it. Absolutely love it. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And we're going to be right back with introductions for each of our contestants, as well as our next game we call Practically Tactically. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Melissa Gaglione, and this is my 20-second commercial with my special guest, Donnie. Anything you want to say, Donnie? Guess not. Well, just wanted to share that I have a video prospecting cohort starting this July, and I'm going to dive into video prospecting, social selling, community building. So come check it out, and maybe Donnie will show a little face. The bare minimum. The bare minimum.
All right. Welcome back from the break. All right. It's time to meet our contestants. First up, we've got Taylor Corr. Taylor, it says here that you made a half-court shot at a college basketball game and won a prize. That sounds like a pretty cool story. Was it a Buick, or what did you win?
Well, I have seen people win Buicks, Jeff. I won an Xbox, which at the time in high school was a pretty cool deal. Would I have preferred a car? Maybe, but I got an Xbox.
Did you get one chance at the half-court shot?
I had, me and another contestant each had 30 seconds to shoot as many as we could, and if neither of us made it, a third contestant would win the Xbox. So my second shot went in. So I only needed 2, but I'm pretty proud of that moment still.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. What game were you at? What college game?
Washington State versus LSU. This was in Seattle at the old Key Arena.
Awesome. Fans go crazy, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, and then I'm carrying the Xbox through the concourse on the way out of the arena, and I can see kids are whispering. They're like, "Oh, that's the Xbox guy," and I'm getting look. This is the height of my celebrity at that point.
Oh, your 15 minutes of fame for sure. Oh, that is awesome. Good story. Thanks for being here, Taylor. All right, next up we are going to meet Sydney Senior. Sydney, my producers are telling me that you almost got detained at the airport in Hong Kong. What happened there? That sounds like a kind of a scary story.
Yeah. I was also 14 years old, so that just added some extra drama. So what happened, Jeff, is I had been traveling around Asia with my family, and I stayed in China for a few months to learn some Chinese, as one does.
Sure.
And at the time, my family was living in South Africa, and I was flying home back to South Africa to see them. And I had to fly through Hong Kong. But because of some weird visa situation and a mix-up with the plane tickets, they were telling me that I wasn't allowed to leave. So there I was in the airport, just like, okay, it's the middle of the night for everyone that I know, and I don't know how I'm going to get out of here. Luckily, it ended up working out in the end, but there was a brief moment. I was like, wow, all right, this is my life now. I guess I'm going to stay in Hong Kong. So
Were you able to converse with somebody, like where you actually could understand what they were saying, like why you were having to stay here? And
we got there in the end, yes, but definitely the fight or flight kind of kicked in. So I'd say that was kind of a core memory that I will always remember.
I bet. I mean, that'd be scary enough as an adult, but as a 14-year-old, that sounds like would make quite an imprint on you.
But I survived, and I'm here, and now I have a great story for these questions.
Yeah, it is a good story. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here, Sydney. It's great
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You betcha. All right. Next up, we're going to go to Melissa. Melissa, I must be reading this wrong because my producer's notes here are saying that you can touch your nose with your tongue.
I can. Yes, I can.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I don't know if we could just take your word for that, Melissa. I think we're going to have to see some proof of this.
Weirdly, I haven't practiced this in a long time, but we're going to hope that we could still do it to this day. And, in order to be a great salesperson, if you don't have that one trick, then, it's just not it. No, but, okay. So I really should have practiced this beforehand.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, nice work. So is that something either your parents can do? Is that a hereditary gene?
No, I did not get that from my Shrek dad.
That's funny. Good party trick for sure. All right, Melissa, thanks for being here. That's interesting stuff. All right, last up, we're going to meet Tom Boston. Tom, I'm trying to piece together the notes I have here, but it sounds like you at some point arranged some interesting photo shoots. I don't have all the details. Maybe you can explain.
Yeah, I mean the way that you said that sounds kind of seedy. So when I was doing work experience, my first job work experience, I got a job at a photography studio because I liked photography. It turns out I'd signed up for a sales job because it was my job to just go out into the mall and just get people to come and pay for photo shoots, which I was a bit like, this is not really, I found myself in a sales gig before I even realized. And I got told if I got sort of 10 people to come and get their photo taken, I could go home. So I prospected the elderly because they were more willing to do kind of what I said. So I was just kind of getting these OAPs to come in to get their photo taken. And then I went home early. I had a lovely early lunch, but it was the follow-up. It was the day after where I got called into the office and kind of, they kind of said, Tom, you shouldn't have sent that many 90-plus-year-old women into the photography studio.
They weren't the ones that were buying the 8x10s.
No, they were looking for young families, but they kept ignoring me, right? So I went for the elderly.
That's classic. Oh, if only you had that on video, and you could go back and watch yourself back in the day selling the old folks. Interesting. Good stuff, Tom. Really appreciate you being here, and all of you. Thank you all for being here. So next up, we're going to play our next game, which we call Practically Tactically.
Practically
Tactically. Each contestant will use their buzzer to randomly select a problem that sellers encounter today. They'll then need to share a practical piece of tactical sales advice to overcome that problem, while also delivering their advice containing this episode's Practically Tactically twist. Get ready for
Practically Tactically.
All right, and this episode's Practically Tactically twist comes from none other than Ashley Zaxt of episode 5.
Ashley Zaxt from Flowsome here. Today's Practically Tactically twist is going to be that you have to sing us your advice. Can't wait to hear your pipes. Good luck.
So Melissa, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
I am doomed. All right, you spinning that wheel.
Oh, okay. Melissa, it looks like the problem that you've selected it's a challenge when reps have back-to-back meetings. How do they keep things going when they've got back-to-back-to-back meetings? What's some practical advice that they can do that? And of course, with the twist, sing your best advice if you could.
Back-to-back meetings really suck. So you need to Figure it out by putting blocks between your calendar invites.
Yeah. All right.
So sorry, I had to hear that.
That was not bad at all. When you said you were doomed, I was expecting, just we were all going to feel so sorry for you, but not at all. That was great. You did fantastic. All right, good stuff. All right, Sydney, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
All right.
Oh, okay. This is a problem that a lot of sellers face, Sydney. What's some tactical advice you can offer to sellers who struggle to differentiate their solution from a competitor's? Of course, with implementing the twist.
Yeah. If you're struggling to differentiate your demos, you need to ask better discovery questions and tie it to emotion. I think that's my advice.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Absolutely. Good job. Way to elaborate on that one as well. Like, I'm out of here. Good job. But no, it's succinct. Yeah, I mean that's true though. If you're struggling to differentiate, ask better discovery questions. The more you can understand about their world and the problems that they face, the easier it is for you to tie your solution to that. Well done. Well done. Okay, next up, we're going to go to Taylor Corr. Taylor, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
The bar is high, higher than my voice can go. Stop.
Oh, okay. Taylor, this is, again, another problem that sellers face. What is some tactical advice that you can offer to sellers to stay organized so they can get everything they need to done in a day? With the twist, of course, which you're here to be gearing up for.
Me. Keep that channel proper singers here. All right. And if my voice cracks, it's going to crack and we'll just deal with it. There's never enough time in the day, so you have to plan in a proactive way. The night before, open your computer and block out the work you want to get done, and don't let anyone into those time blocks.
Yeah, all right. Woo! That was awesome.
Original.
It was an original classic. That was awesome. Way to go all in. And great advice there. I loved it. Good job, Taylor. Okay, last up, we are going to go to Tom Boston. Tom, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Stop.
Okay. What's some tactical advice when somebody says, can you just send me more info via email? With the twist, of course. Yeah.
With the twist. I have this hat here from earlier on when I was doing some filming. It's my son's hat, actually. I used. I heard Chris say rap, so I'm gonna rap it. I didn't think I'd be doing this. I'm making myself laugh. Don't send marketing material. Instead, suggest you tag them in your LinkedIn content and then schedule a follow-up to get their reaction. If the content is strong, they might share it with their team.
Yeah.
Mike.
Wow. That is good. That was really good. Eminem, watch out. That's
Yes.
You're coming for him. That was good stuff. And really, really solid advice. Have you guys tried that? Tagging somebody on LinkedIn with some content as opposed to just sending them an email? Yeah. Pretty effective stuff. As long as you don't tag 100 people, probably, right? Good stuff, Tom. All right. Well, Chris,
this rests on your shoulders to figure out where we stand after round 2.
Scores for round 2.
I thought everybody did incredibly well, singing it publicly. Nobody really enjoys it, except apparently Taylor. So I'll start. Just I think first. I mean, who went first? Melissa went first. Said you were doomed, but we loved it. It was fantastic. To the tune of Happy Birthday, it was brilliant. 190 points out of a possible 200. It was fantastic. Sydney, the same. You were saying that the prospects should be with emotions, but actually you hit my emotions. So another 190 for Sydney. Tom, it was sort of a rap. It was more of a sort of a talk with aggression, but the mic drop absolutely killed it. 190 for Tom. The winner of that round has to be Mr. Taylor Corr. Not only did his lines rhyme, but everybody watching, his fellow opponents, were just swaying along to it. We all loved it. And it was a maximum 200 for Mr. Taylor Corr. So
Good job, Taylor.
that puts us in an incredibly exciting situation going into round 3, Jeff. We have 3 people tied for first place, Melissa, Sydney and Taylor, and 290. And Tom only a tiny fraction behind, 10 points behind, easily made up in the last round on 280. All to play for. I can't wait.
Oh, good job. All right. I love it. You guys are going to kill it here in round 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back with our premier sales game we call Sales Impressions. You're not going to want to miss it.
If you work with clients or lead a team, you'll need to provide a lot of documentation. Sorry to interrupt. Do you know where the Discovery Playbook is? It's in the Google Drive in the Sales folder. Right, thanks. Sorry. Fortunately, we just started using Supered, which allows us to be able to store all of our documentation, regardless of what it is, in one central place. Google Docs, videos, images, PDFs. I can even embed pages from other sites. So when someone needs something... Sorry, do you know where that... It's in Supered. Oh, great. And that's also in Supered. There's no limits to how much you can store, and it's totally free to get started. Visit Supered.io and check it out today.
All right, welcome back from the break. Okay, we are ready for our premier sales game we call Sales Impressions.
Sales Impressions.
Each contestant will use their buzzer to select a random personality to impersonate while sharing 3 things not to do or stop doing in sales. Get ready for Sales Impressions. First up, we're going to go to Sydney. Sydney, hands on your buzzer and say stop when you're ready.
Stop.
Oh, okay. Looks like Sydney has selected Kim Kardashian. All right, Sydney. 3 things to stop doing as Kim Kardashian.
Hi, guys. So today I wanted to talk about 3 things I want you to stop doing in sales. So first, when we're sending emails and we're saying, hello, how have you been? I want us to just stop, okay? Just stop doing that. Now for the second one, I want us to really stop doing in sales. I think that we shouldn't be pitch slapping. So when we're sending a connection request on LinkedIn, we shouldn't be saying, hello, can I have 30 minutes to sell you my product? I'm gonna 100x your leads, because you're not. And for the third thing for us to stop doing in sales is probably going to be not setting next steps at the end of a meeting. So if you end a meeting and you say, what do you want to do next? And your prospect says nothing, and you just let them go, you're probably losing the deal. So just stop letting those prospects go. So thank you.
All right. Nice job. In character. And she nailed 3 things that, we should stop doing those things. Those are ill-advised sales practices. Worst practices, not best practices. Good stuff, Sydney. Fantastic. Okay, next up we're going to go to Taylor. Taylor, hands on your buzzer. Right, stop when you're ready.
Stop.
Oh, okay. Looks like Taylor has selected Austin Powers. All right, I like this one. 3 things to stop doing in sales as Austin Powers.
I just think sales is super groovy, baby. But there are a few things that really crush the mojo that I want to talk about today. One, it's not so groovy, baby, when you send thoughts as an email. Why you gotta be so short? Let it last, baby. The second thing, why are we scared to ask for referrals, baby? It's groovy when you get everyone involved and you find all the people who want to be a part of the sale. And finally, just... It's groovy, baby, when you stop chasing those terrible deals. Let those old birds go, and you'll be much groovier, baby.
Oh, that's funny. Good job, Taylor. Nice work. Nice work. Yes, I could. If I squinted, I could hear Austin Powers really well.
Yeah, I heard him right at the beginning for about
The
5
accent
seconds.
broke down a little bit.
A few weeks back, I attempted to impersonate Tom with my best Barry, Harry, and Gary impression. And he replied back, he's like, it kind of sounded like Forrest Gump trying to sound like me, which as I went back and listened to him, it's totally true. It's easier said than done. Oh, good stuff. Good job, Taylor. Nice work. Okay. Speaking of which, Tom, hands on your buzzer. And let's go ahead and stop when you're ready.
Stop.
Okay. Oh, looks like Tom has selected Tom Jones. Okay, Tom. 3 things to stop doing as Tom Jones. Oh, this should be fun.
Right then. If you're a sales rep and you're tasked with reaching out to a lot of people, let me start by telling you this. All right, it's not unusual to be ignored by anyone. It's not unusual to be unsubscribed by anyone. Stop replying with why you ghosting me. When I see my prospects posting on LinkedIn after they've ghosted me, it's not unusual to see me cry. I want to die. But that's toxic thinking. That's toxic. Those thoughts will ruin you. Stop thinking that. Next up, stop saying cold calling is dead. So you just got to pick up the phone and say, "What's new, pussycat?" And finally, stop talking to buyers like robots. Talk to your buyer with some tone that you might speak to with your friends, right? That female CEO that you're prospecting, as well as being a CEO, she's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a lady. That's all.
Oh, that is so good. So good. Oh, love it. Love it. Some classic Tom Jones sales advice. Well done. Well done. All right. That brings us to our last contestant here on Sales Impressions, Melissa. Melissa, hands on your buzzer and stop when you're ready. Oh, okay. Now this one's a little surprising. It looks like you've selected your Nana, your grandma, Melissa, as somebody you need to impersonate here, giving 3 things to stop doing in sales. All right. Don't let Tom take any pictures of her, by the way.
You all could just think of a little 4-foot Italian lady that doesn't speak good English. That's what we're working. That's a Nona. That's what we're working with today.
Okay, awesome. All right, 3 things to stop doing as Nana.
Okay. Hiya! It's very important that you listen very closely to what I gotta say, because I know what is a right and what is a not a right. Okay? So on your calls, you need to make sure that you call them back when you're done. You gotta follow up. If you no call them and you no check in, they don't care. So you gotta follow up. And number 2, you have too many Zooms. Too many. Instead, just to send a little message. Let them know that you are busy and that you can help them, and make it an email or a video message. Too many Zooms, too many. And a third is if you are always saying yes. Yes, so we can do. Yes, so we can do. Yes, so we can do. But you don't know if you can do? Stop and say yes. Go find out if you could do. And then I come back and let them know if you could do. And that's a no-no.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, I want a Nana. That's awesome. Oh, that is fantastic. She sounds like a wonderful woman.
I gotta get you an example. I gotta get you a voicemail.
I think I saw a video of your wedding of you dance. Was it Dancing with Nana? But I don't think that quite captured the her vocal talents as well. So that's awesome.
If this helps, I save all of her voicemails because I want to keep them forever. I want to always listen to her voice. So if this helps, I'm just going to play a random one.
Hi, Melissa. Why you been alone? I'll call you today, you don't know.
Oh, God.
I'll call you now, you don't know.
Oh, okay, that's bad. That's what I didn't answer. You gotta call her back.
Sorry, Nana. We're gonna make sure she calls you back. Good stuff. All right, good job, Melissa. Good job, everybody. That is fantastic. Well done. All right, thank you guys for all putting yourselves out there, enduring the singing. So it is going to. Let's go ahead and end with Chris. Go ahead and give us how things shake out after round 3.
Scores for round 3.
How do things look?
Yeah, I mean it's been monumentally difficult. I thought sales was hard, and then I was a judge on the sales game, and it's just I'm looking forward to making my calls tomorrow because it's going to feel like a walk in the park. I'll just summarise the rounds. First, we had Sydney, Kim Kardashian. I thought she was in the room, and it was just great advice. I thought really, really great advice. So it was 290 out of a possible 300 points for Sydney. Fantastically well done. Then Taylor stepped up, and I mean, he was probably more British than me or Tom, as far as I could tell. It was, and he really brought his mojo. I had to give him the full 300 for that. It was just fantastic. Followed by Tom. Again, Tom's was brilliant. Yeah, it was the perfect Welsh accent, and I know that I'm near to Wales where I am. He was rolling his R's, and he incorporated song lyrics into it. It was just brilliant. The full marks for Mr. Tom Boston as well, 300. And Melissa, I thought was fantastic. It was great. We got a little bit of context. The only deduction, Melissa, because it was fantastic. I've never heard your nonna speak, so I had to take it. So that was the only reason. But it was fantastic advice, and it was 290. So what that does, let me tell you, folks, what that does for this last exciting final sales question wager, it puts Mr. Tom Boston, Melissa Gaglione, and Sydney Senior all on 580 points, with Taylor Corr just a mini me out in front, an extra 10 points on 590.
Wow! Oh my goodness, this is drama right here. This is what we all signed up for, right? Who knows what's going to happen with the final sales question? So everybody, hang in there, because I mean this, and I've said this before, but this is truly anyone's sales game. It's all up to you in terms of how. There's 2 things you got to do here. You're going to have to bid effectively and correctly. And you're going to also have to answer the question. The category that you're going to use to determine what your wager is, the category is sales and marketing statistics.
Copper, hopper, chopper, dropper, stopper. Well, then what is the name of the tool to help me start more conversations in my LinkedIn DMs? Popr. 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 Popr.ai helps me start more conversations in my LinkedIn DMs.
Okay, welcome back from the break. It's time for your final sales question. And we just so happen to have another celebrity sales question for you. This one comes from none other than Nate Branscombe, GTM leader at Hockey Stack.
What's up, y'all? This is Nate with Hockey Stack. Appreciate you letting me chime in here. So the question is, according to a recent Hockey Stack report on B2B SaaS companies, outbound contributes to an average of 64% of a B2B SaaS company's deal pipeline. Yet the revenue attributed to outbound at these companies is different. Is the average revenue attributed to outbound A, 27%, B, 47%, C, 67%, or D, 87%? Appreciate it, guys. Good luck.
All right, first up, we're going to go to Melissa. Melissa, what was your answer to the final sales question?
A, 27%.
A, 27%. Unfortunately, Melissa, that's not the correct answer.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That was the right answer.
Okay. So, Melissa, what did you wager? How much did you wager? All in. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a gutsy move, and we really appreciate you playing sales game. But I think, Chris, if my calculations are correct, that leaves Melissa with 0. Is that right?
It does, but again, I think just going all in. You have my said at the start. Go big or go home. You have my respect, which is worthless, but you have it nonetheless.
She has no enough points left.
No points, but so much respect.
I mean, maybe someone else put A too.
It's possible. Yeah, you never know. We could end up, who knows? Could be a four-way tie.
Zero.
Everybody's 0.
Okay, next up, we're going to go to Sydney. Sydney, what was your answer to the final sales question?
Well, it's just that I'm also about to earn Chris's respect. Nothing else. I said A.
Oh, she went with A as well. Okay. All right. And what was your wager, Sydney? 580 points all in. Okay. All right. The Deal Sisters are ending at 0. Good job. Nice work, ladies. Good job. Good job. Thanks for playing. All right. So I don't know. We got a lot of things that can happen here. The permutations are just scrambling around in my brain so quickly. Tom, let's go to you. What was your answer to the final sales question? A as well. Okay.
Did you go all in?
All right. And Tom? 500. Oh, so does that leave him with 80 points? Is that right?
It does, correct.
80 points is better than 0. I like it. Okay, Tom. All right. Okay, Taylor. This is all up to you, bud. What was your answer to the final sales question? Lots of drama here. He goes with A as well. Okay. All right. And
none. I bet
589. Oh, he ends with 1 point. That means Tom Boston is the winner of Sales Game Episode 8. Oh, congratulations, Tom.
Oh, my God.
Oh, so much drama. All right. The answer happened to be B, 47% was the amount of revenue according to the report attributed to outbound. Wow. Congratulations, Tom. Taylor, way to eke out a second place with a $1, 1 point. Thank you guys all for playing Sales Game. Hey, and reminder, let's go ahead and get your pets spayed or neutered. I'm Jeff Hatten signing out. Thanks everybody for playing.
This episode was brought to you by Popr.ai. With Popr.ai, start more conversations in your LinkedIn DMs using personalized GIFs and memes. And special thanks to our contestants, Tom Boston, Melissa Gaglione, Sydney Sr., and Taylor Corr. Thanks to our celebrity judge, Chris Van Prague, and our celebrity special guests, Ashley Zaxt and Nate Branscombe. Keep an eye out for new episodes of Sales Game every month. I'm Jeff Hatten, signing out.